Alright, let's see. Is it recording? It is recording. Okay, this is just a look at the fleet of
2012
watering cans, 2012.
April
28th. We're setting up to fertilize the stuff we have out here in the yard gardens. We use that stuff down there. It's called Super Thrive. A 1/4 teaspoon per gallon, so those are 2-gallon watering cans, so we go with a 1/2 teaspoon, of course, and mix up a roughly a tablespoon per gallon of the Miracle Grow in there with it. The Super Thrive is supposed to be non-acidic, and supposedly it won't burn your plants up. We've been using it for a while. It's pretty good, so we're not worried about mixing the two because they work fine synergistically. Anyway, what we'll be fertilizing, let's see, this is a little raised bed we made last year. That's just a mix up of plants there. On the left are pickle bush cucumbers. There's 3 of those. Then there's catnip, sage, catnip, and then those lily pad looking things are nasturtium flowers. They're also edible. They have a twangy, interesting little flavor. Those are Burpee's Bonanza French fillet bush beans on the far right over here. These Romanesco broccoli, we planted these a little bit late, and we're hoping they'll still produce because it's going to start getting very hot here in Piedmont, Georgia. We're going to add bush beans to fill out the rest of this L-shaped raised bed. Alright. And this is just a mix-up of stuff once again. Onions, the bigger onions volunteered from last year, and they were long day onions. We didn't realize we needed to use short day onions here in the southeast. That is flat leaf parsley, more nasturtiums.
Hey Bubba, the trick is probably to make some separate videos.
And cilantro.
You hear me? Break
Yeah,
them up, probably.
I understand. There's tomatoes that are volunteering. And there's I counted about 10 tomato plants volunteering, and then there's also straight 8 cucumbers volunteering to come up. I'm just giving a quick look at what we've got growing and all. These are golden zucchini. These are pretty big plants. Let me set this down and get a shot of me versus the plants in there. Oh, that's a little bit low. I know these longer videos take a hell of a lot longer to upload, so I better make this one quick and to the point. Alright. We planted them in tires, and we made our own soil. I don't know what the splotching is on it. It hasn't slowed the growth, and it's actually kind of pretty, so we haven't really worried too much about it. But they've grown pretty well so far. This guy was planted first, as you can tell by its size, and these 2 were subsequently planted second, and then those front 2 were planted last, which is probably going to work out pretty good because the sun comes this way, so they got the jump on growing. Alright. That's the golden zucchini plants. Get this thing wound back down. It's got to be a better tripod for doing this kind of stuff. And all of our plants this year so far that you've seen were started by seed, and we could not accomplish that without our pride and joy here in the greenhouse.
Here, I can open it.
Alright, we still have stuff coming up, and we plan on getting some of the stuff in the ground today.
I don't know why Mama does that.
Those are bell peppers. Tomatoes, those are 2 pink brandywines with catnip and cilantro, and The sage didn't do so well there. More bell peppers. Blackberry and raspberry canes that came up beside our older plants, and so we just decided to repot those and maybe plant them somewhere else. One dragon tongue, Burpee's dragon tongue, that didn't, of about probably 15 bush beans that did not come up. Marigolds and more catnip. And there's okra. I soaked the seeds to kind of soften them and force them a little bit, and I probably actually put about 60 seeds in that one trough, and they're Clemson spineless. That's what that popsicle stick over there says. But anyway, and of the 60, only about 30 came up, so they were last year's seed. So that's saying something, I guess. Make sure to always start with fresh seed. And these are jalapenos that need to be transplanted. Some big catnip there. Marigolds that will go to the garden, and then I threw away most of my aloe from last year because I know how prolific it is out here. So what I'll do is transplant those to probably the troughs, and it'll be a full trough before the end of the year. That is not marijuana. Those are cleones. Cleone flowers are an old time flower. My grandmother used to grow them, and I just decided I'd plant some. And there's some more golden zucchini plants that have not been transplanted and are therefore getting leggy. Alright, that's all for this video. We got work to do. Got to fertilize. Oh, sorry. It's not it for the video. Our pride and joy have always been our tomatoes. And here they are. We got a pretty early start on them this year. We have it written down and documented, but I don't have that with me right now. But anyway, these are, if you keep bothering me. If you understand what I mean. I do know what you mean, John, but it can't be over 5 minutes by now. It's not that big a deal. Let me get done with this. Alright. These are Rutgers, right? Pretty sure. Those are the Rutgers. We love brandywines, pink brandywines, and these are 4 pink brandywines. These are Brandy Boy hybrids. They're growing extremely fast. Everywhere we put them this year, they're doing good. And these are my porterhouse beefsteaks. I really wanted to try. They supposedly can get up to 4 pounds for the fruit. The interesting thing about this bed, and what we attribute a lot of success with this bed too, is that we always amend it every year. We put down first we put down a soaker hose in radiator fashion under there. It's about a 25 foot, so we weren't able to get a whole bunch of loops in there. Then we put this black tarp mulch down. Then we plant the plants. When we planted them, they were about this tall. And then we laid the hay over, so it's a double mulch. Unfortunately, you're rarely going to find hay without a little bit of hay seed in it, so expect a little, but at least it's not rampant like dandelions and things like that you have to put up with in other gardens or crabgrass. Anyway, that's all for now. Those are the plants. We'll be updating more as more comes along. Adios. Just hit the record button again or no? No? Yeah.